Good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Southside News PT. We are this evening live on this broadcast in our inaugural program, Focus on the Constituency. Focus on the Constituency is a half-an-hour program where we meet with movers and shakers and the leaders of the constituency to deal with issues which are affecting our constituency and try to resolve them. With us this evening, is the Member of Parliament for Point Fortin, the Right Honorable Kennedy Richards Jr. Mr. Member of Parliament, good evening to you and welcome.
Good evening to you, Mr. Joseph. It's a pleasure being on your show.
Mr. Member of Parliament, let's get right into it as we are late. It is 4 months and 2 days since you have been elected as Member of Parliament for Point Fortin. How has that been?
Well, initially it's definitely a big step up from where I operated in local government. And so far, I've started to chart the course for development in Point Fortin. It's been slow and steady, but overall, it's been a lot of work, a lot of work, but I'm capable and I'm excited. So it's a mixture with excitement and exuberance, but I had to temper my aggression in terms of getting things done because of our financial situation.
Okay, Mr. Member of Parliament, I want to go and ask you, why did you want this job as Member of Parliament for the area?
Say again?
Why did you choose to be the Member of Parliament for the area? A very difficult job, tedious, unthankful job.
I think one of the reasons why I ventured into this arena is the opportunity to serve the people at Point Fortin at a very high level. I started the journey when I became the mayor of Point Fortin, and I expect to continue to bring the products and bring home the bacon for the people at Point Fortin. We have been advocating for a lot of stuff, so I believe that I'm the man who can make it tangible.
Okay, tangible. But some of the people saying that you will still want to get a real feel of who is Kennedy Richards.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kennedy Richards is a 33-year-old man from Warden Road, Point Fortin, Point Legal, and humble, relaxed, father of 3, a husband to 1. I think moreover, I want my tenure, or I want the people to understand that my purpose in politics is not to serve me. My purpose in politics is to serve people. I am a servant of mankind in the true sense of the word. A lot of people would think that the Member of Parliament salary is an exorbitant one. But I tell you, the work of a Member of Parliament far outweighs the remuneration. But I think once you get into politics, your job as a politician is service. And I want to be known as a servant of the people. Somebody who followed in my dad's footsteps. And it's really with me, is basically what you see is what you get. Simple, and I love to remain simple.
Simple is your love today. Tell me, what are your most important experience as a local government representative? And what have you accomplished, mainly as a local government representative?
I think my experience as a local government representative actually laid the platform for me becoming a Member of Parliament. Now, being in Parliament and being in local government is two different things. And I know the ultimate goal is possibly to be in Parliament and you debate and you have all those conversations and stuff like that. But my experience thus far tells me that local government is actually the place where you actually get things done. You're more one-on-one with the people of of your district, of your community, of your constituency, of your, whatever you want to call it. You're very one-on-one with them. Parliament is more for policy and policy making. So you shape the country based on the decisions, based on policy. But you're actually in the trenches with regards to local government. But as someone who came out of local government, I think I could bring a mixture of both of them. Assistance in policy making, as well as the ability to mingle with the people around here, and actually get things done. So local government has definitely set a great platform for me being in central government, and that's basically it.
Basically. So tell us, what are some of your convictions and principles and standards and passion for this job and for the people of Point Portland?
Well, my conviction is passion. So I think you ask the answer. My conviction is to have passion, be passionate about it. I mean, after all, I live here. So if I am living, I live by this. If I am living in an area, and I don't want better for the area, then what I am doing is wasting time. So I have been taking teams into various communities. We have been going and meeting various groups and assessing what are the needs. Now I would have started initially during the campaign, set up your campaign structure, you set up the things that you have planned for the community. But now we have to replan, and you're not actually changing the whole card. But what you're doing is you're adding things to the card, so because you're having more one-on-one intimate discussions with the people. You're having meeting days in various areas, you're having walkabouts, and you're utilizing that data to actually set a plan for the community. And then when you have that holistic plan now, you take that plan to the various ministries. So you chop it up, and you take your plan to the various ministries, and you have to actually follow that process too. As a member of parliament, there's a lot of work, but you have to drive the process. And the reason why I use passion as one of the things that I want to bring to the table is because if you're not passionate about this, the work tends to get overwhelming. So you really have to be energetic, passionate, and most important, you have to follow through on the purpose. So what is the purpose? The purpose is we serving the people, and the purpose is that we want to ensure that we have a better Point Fortin over a time period. But one of the things that I've noticed, and I'm tempering people, is that we have so much work to get done here in Point Fortin that we wouldn't get all done in 5 years. We would not get all done in 5 years. So this year now, what I'm doing is setting the foundation, the launching pad for us to have future development. Of course, we are going to have certain things done in the fire station. We're going to have certain things done, but we're setting this launching pad for future development and to build a stronger Point Fortin, and to ensure that the generations to come, enjoy a better way of life.
Okay, that's a good start there, Mr. Richard. I cannot leave you alone without telling you the roads in Point Fortin recently are more bad than ever. I mean, we had a Californian say we had the worst roads in the Caribbean. I am just wondering if he was directing his song to Point Fortin.
Well, I promise myself to always be a truthful individual, and I think we do possess some terrible roads. I cannot say if it's the worst in the entire country, but I know that we have some bad roads, and that that stretch from KFC Junction all the way to Captiville. Or we could take that all the way to the Captiville Main Road, Southern Central Main Road, all the way to Ikakas. There are sections in the road that are good, but then there are major sections in the road that are bad. And what we would have suffered over maybe the last decade is maybe not so much focus on the road network, on upgrading the road network or maintaining the road network. So when we have that lack of maintenance by those who supposed to maintain it, meaning that all the overseers in the Ministry of Works and all the people that are charged with the responsibility to deal with that on a day-to-day basis, once they renege on that responsibility, then the roads end up in the condition that it is in at present. So what I would have done is I would have reached out to the Minister of Works and the Pure program, and on that program they would have sent on the 26th of October they would have sent a contractor down here to start the repair works. The challenge with that now is WASA, upon hearing about the impending work, they decided to write a letter to the Ministry Pure Division to stop the paving. So now WASA started the project with my liaison between public utilities, WASA, Pure, right? So I was the person who was keeping the glue together. Now you wouldn't see that nowhere, but I had to make sure that this one has the same WASA has the same information that Pure has. Pure has the same information that the Ministry of Works has, even though Pure is a division of the Ministry of Works, and then the borough has to come in play because they have certain responsibility to WASA and regulatory requirements. So I had to be the one to juggle the entire thing to ensure that this happened. But brother, when WASA started and the rain came as well, it made a bad situation worse. So presently, what we driving on is inconceivable in the year 2020. But you can rest assured that I am leaving no stone unturned to ensure that we have that treated with in the very near future. I am setting myself personally a timeline of before Christmas because I am a Christmas person, right? However, I am not certain as to when these ministries are going to close off because, during the holiday period, a lot of people tend to take the days and come down, so I have been liaising with them. They have identified the way forward, right? But that way forward would mean a collaboration with the Point Fortin Borough Corporation, WASA, and Pure in order to get the entire road network treated with. However long it takes, the people at Point Fortin should rest assured that I am following through that process. Right? I would not allow the road to stay in that condition because all of us use that road on a daily basis. So it's quite challenging at this point in time. However, I remain committed to ensuring that we drive and we utilize a proper road network in the very near future.
Okay, so also the residents of Point Fortin drivers can look for some sort of restoration very shortly on the road. Thank you on that. Mr. Member of Parliament, one of the biggest questions in the petrol train and the oil sector was closed in Point Fortin in 2018. Unemployment are very high in Point Fortin among the young people in Point Fortin. How you, as a Member of Parliament, intend to treat with this challenge?
Well, the employment issue has always been a challenge in Point Fortin. It's not indigenous to the people of Point Fortin. But what we were able to do in Point Fortin is feed off the industries like Petrotrin, like Trimmer. When Atlantic had a little shutdown, we used to get jobs coming out of that as well. But going forward, I see opportunity. I am very much inclined to think that with the development and the profit making now in heritage, they are going to have to invest in the aging offshore blocks that they have, right? Which would create and generate some short-term employment for the people who knows that type of who's in that field. So whether as a captain, whether a welder, rigger, carpenter, all these things, you're gonna have a feedback. You're gonna have a spill off from that. And the reason why I say carpenter, you don't really necessarily hire carpenters in heritage. But what is going to happen to people who are doing carpentry and masonry is that when these type of jobs pick back in the oil and sector, these people build homes, they renovate their homes, and when they do that, there's a spill off into the community. So those who are builders, those who are small contractors, will tend to have a better turnover, and that will create some employment. But in the long term, what I'm looking at is youth development. If you took a look at my plan for the MP when I was challenging as a candidate, I would have set about some plans. And one of those plans was youth development. And when we say youth development, we hear that word bandied all about, right? But I identified some points. And one of the points and places that I identified was the Chatham Youth Camp and recreating skills and more modern day skills at that center to cater for the change in dynamic in this entire world. So we experienced a paradigm shift in 2020. I mean, if we don't see it, then something wrong. We have had over the years, around September, October, people asking for school books for their kids, whether it's notepads, pencils, stationery, and stuff like that. But because of COVID this year, that paradigm shift took us away from that pen and paper type learning into more digital and e-learning. So we now having virtual classrooms. And with that virtual classrooms now, it changed the book bag entirely. So your book bag is no longer a pencil and a paper, pencil, pen, ruler, sharpener. Your book bag is more like an iPad, a tablet, any form of tablet, a computer, and these type of devices that will render you able to learn in today's world. So when I look at youth development, I look at us being able to tailor make courses to treat with the new paradigm in this entire world. And it's not just Trinidad. We're not preparing, and we're no longer preparing young people to be employees. We are preparing them to be young businessmen and businesswomen, right? Entrepreneurship is going to play a key role. And the entrepreneurs are going to hire people once they have their business set up. The government has highlighted certain stimulus in the fiscal package 2020-2021 that will provide good incentives for those young businesses that wants to go into tech startups, right? We have identified NEDCO and other agencies, even the commercial banks are willing to give loans, and you don't have to pay the installment for 2 years down the road. So we have identified, as a government, some areas that we can explore, which would generate not just income, but it will generate jobs to the people. And that is not just for Port of Spain alone. That is also so for Point Fortin. Added to that, we would be having the highway sometime in 2021 completed, which would also generate some more jobs. It's good. It's going to be byproducts of various things. But I tell you what, we as a people have to sit down and sort of itemize how we go about how we go about life. I have dealt with a few people over the last few weeks who are willing to come in and do free trading. It doesn't matter if you're young, you're old, you're brave, you're bold, but they want to come in and do training for those people who want to set up businesses. And we could actually have a real strong, robust business sector in Point Fortin. One of the things though we have to address is the Southwest Chamber. You know, if we could address that chamber and have that chamber more functional, well, actually functional, because I don't think it's functioning. There's a body, but it's not functioning. So we need to have the chamber functional. We need to have the chamber as a strong body, as an advocate for the people at Point Fortin as well, and together with the MP, together with the borough corporation, the mayor and the council, together with the think tank in Point Fortin. You know, this tough period that we're experiencing, and I think that we're going to experience for another year and a half, you know, until we sort of climb out of this hole, we could get through this together. But it's not something that the member of parliament could just say, listen, let's create 100 jobs down the road. The construction sector is going to have to play an important role in creating in job creation, and I hope that is something that picks up over the next 3 to 6 months. You know, I am right in the middle of a lot of unemployment. I live in Point Fortin, and it's not something that I take lightly. You know, we are going to do what we need to do to ensure that jobs and job creation is a priority. However, I want to look at the long term and look at career creation. You know, so it's something that we'll continue to work on, but it's a work in progress. But I understand that the job market at this point in time is very limited. But I do see it picking up at the turn of the new year.
Thank you, Mr. Member Fallon. I can tell you we are almost out of time. I wish to really thank you for joining us here on our inaugural program. It has been very wonderful. A lot of information was disseminated from you, and I hope that we could speak with you in the future on some of the matters that we raised here today. At this point in time, I wish to let you know, it's Christmas time. It's a festive season. I wish to extend my Christmas greetings to you and to your family and to the members of the Point Fortin constituency. We want to look forward to seeing you in the new year coming, and hope that we can have a bright and prosperous new year. I know we are suffering with a worldwide pandemic, and I hope that the vaccine reach us very shortly to deal with that. And that is that. I wish to ask you, just before you go, any last ditch message you have for the people of Point Fortin before you go?
Yeah, of course. I want the people at Point Fortin to know that first, let me let you know, Mr. Alexander Joseph, that I remain committed to the people at Point Fortin, and I am committed to this program as well. I don't mind every 3 months we could do a quarterly update as to what is taking place in Point Fortin with regards to the member of parliament's office, and you know, that's a responsibility that I give to the people in terms of giving them some type of feedback as to what's going on. Communication never happens if you don't have feedback, and I think the people needs feedback, and I remain committed to answer for the things that is happening in Point Fortin and how we are going to address whatever situation that there is. You know, with regards to the whole Christmas, you know, if you look at my Facebook page, Member of Parliament Facebook page, you would see that we started reaching out to businessmen, we started reaching out to people, and the reason why we reached out to those people is because we understood that this global pandemic created right here in Point Fortin a lot of families who are in need. A lot of people who would have been able to carry on without assistance from anyone are today in need of assistance. We reached out to people to create hampers and create care packages and stuff like that, so that we could brighten some smiles for this Christmas season. And I know that this Christmas season is it's going to be a tough one for a lot of people. You know, we may not have the gatherings and the Christmas parties and the festivities that we are accustomed at Christmas time. But let's remember the reason for this season. Let's remember Christ. Let's live a little Christ in the Christmas. Let's be our brother's keeper. You know, if you know their family and you could help their family, reach out and help their family. It doesn't need to always come from a member of parliament or the mayor or the councillor or some politician. You know, we in Point Fortin have always been a family. You know, we use the phrase now, point is love. Let's continue to show that love, that togetherness. You know, it's tough because we are social beings and we can't really socialize as we like to. You know, I normally on the 17th or the 18th or the 19th, the Sunday before Christmas, I generally have a Christmas party right in my yard. Something that my father started when I was 4 years old. So that party is probably about 28, 29 years, you know, at present. And it's something that I continued and my family continued, my mom and my sisters, and we continued with that. And this is a tradition, even though we can't have the party in its full way this year, we still want to, as a family, be responsible and give back to the young people. So people can look out to that. Look out on my Facebook page, right? We're gonna have things given out. I mean, we do not have for everyone, right? But we are going to spread some joy this Christmas. You know, and I want to take the opportunity to tell everyone in Point Fortin, you know, season greetings to you, your family, right? Your extended family, you know, and you know, I was joking with a friend yesterday. You know, at this point in time in 2020, a lot of people just want to wake up in 2021 because we have lost so much of people in 2020. We have gone through so much in 2020, and I think, you know, we had to be grateful and we had to feel blessed that we have life, and we have to be thankful to God. You know, and let's continue to pray that we get into 2021 and our fortunes in 2021 change. But it's not going to change like that. It's going to change collectively as a people in Point Fortin. So let me just tell you thanks again for having me on the show. Right, I remain committed to the people at Point Fortin. I remain committed to providing feedback. You know, and maybe next time we do our show, maybe have another guest, and I want to thank you for having me being the first person on this show. Yeah, so the next time, you know, we will definitely have a little bit more time to spend with each other.
Member of Parliament, you're always welcome here at Southside University. We wish to thank you very much and have a good evening.
Okay, thank you.
As we close, we wish to thank safe season greetings to everyone. Thank you very much for taking the time and to support us, and we look forward to seeing you. Once again, let me assure you, we're going to hold you on your 3 months, on your quarterly report here at Southside University as we could continue to focus on the constituency. So we just don't know, next week, we just don't know which constituency we'll be focusing on. But let me thank you again and have a good night.
Same to you, sir. God bless, man.